If you've always wanted to travel to South Africa to see the Big Five, then look no further than Aquila Game Reserve. This safari is conveniently located right near to Cape Town, and it saves you having to go all the way to Joburg to see the glorious Big Five. In this video, I'm going to review our stay at Aquila Game Reserve, show you our game drives and what we managed to see, and also give you a tour of how the rooms are, as well as the restaurants and the rest of the game reserve. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. As I mentioned earlier, the game reserve is right next to Cape Town, and they do offer transfers and they pick you up from wherever you are in Cape Town and take you to the safari. This is at an additional cost, but it was quite reasonable and it was easier than trying to arrange our own transportation. The drive to the game reserve is so beautiful and picturesque. The roads in South Africa are actually very smooth, and it was really beautiful driving down. I couldn't stop taking videos at the gorgeous scenery. Depending on where your pickup is from Cape Town, the drive should be around 2 hours or less. On arrival at the game reserve, we were greeted with a welcome drink. I must say there were so many people who had just arrived, so check-in took quite a long time, but they did work quickly through the queue. Here are the grounds of the game reserve. It has one restaurant and it also has a little bar there. Here is the pool area, and that's a little bar next to the pool. The grounds are really beautiful and picturesque, as you can see. There is a fence between the pool and the rest of the game reserve to prevent lions coming to eat us while we're at the pool. Not that that would do much to protect us, but I felt pretty safe. This is the restaurant area. As you can see, there are so many seats and plenty of space if you don't want to sit outside next to the pool. The restaurant was really pretty. The food here was really yummy and delicious, and the service was really good. When you're staying at Aquila Game Reserve, usually they have your dinner included and breakfast in the package that you pay, so that is really nice. The drinks are usually at an additional cost, which is understandable depending on what you choose to drink. We were really happy with the choice of food. However, I must say that we're not very fussy when it comes to food at all, so we're very easily pleased. If you're quite fussy, you might want to message them in advance to see what kind of food they do, but we were happy with what they served. It was really yummy. The staff was so lovely and friendly, always chatting to us, and we really enjoyed being in the restaurant and having the pool view right there. It was lovely. As soon as we arrived, we got to have some lunch before the first game drive and before we even checked in, which was really good because we were starving. We stayed in room 215 and it was a pool view room. We thought the room was good and quite spacious because we do like to just live out of a suitcase. We were only at Aquila Game Reserve for one night, which we thought was more than enough. We got a really comfortable double bed and we had a bathroom with a separate shower and bathtub, which we really enjoy. They had all the usual amenities you would expect in a hotel, so that was all the tea and coffee making facilities. They provided water. There was also a fridge in there and the air conditioning was really good. All the usual things that you would expect. And it had this beautiful balcony. You could see the whole game reserve from up here, and we also had a pool view, which was fantastic. We loved it because we could see how busy the pool is before going down, although we didn't have too much time to relax around the pool because all the game drives were already planned. So with a one-night stay, you do get 2 game drives at Aquila Game Reserve. We get one on the first day when you arrive after check-in, and then you get one the next day before you check out. It can be very expensive to stay here, so we only stayed one night and we thought that that was plenty. We got to see everything we wanted to see. It was also my birthday while we were there, and my husband surprised me with this lovely, amazing cake, and it was huge, you guys. It was like a full-size cake. So after our check-in into our room, we got to go on our first game drive. The game reserve is absolutely massive. I don't know exactly the size, but it was huge. We got to see one of the big 5 pretty much straight away, which was the buffalo. When you're first driving into the game reserve, there is a big river, or is it a pond? I don't know. And in there are some lovely hippos. We also got to see some ostrich when we were driving up. Here is an adorable zebra. There were so many animals, not only the big five, there were giraffes, all kinds of different things. But here are the lions. We also got to see the lions pretty quickly. The rangers were so good at making sure we got to see every single type of animal that we wanted to see without disturbing the animals in their habitat. If you're enjoying this video and you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps me out on my tiny channel and I really appreciate it. We also got to drive up a little bit closer to the lions and you can see them resting here peacefully, and it was just so surreal to be so close to these amazing creatures. I was actually really scared of being attacked, but we were fine, no one was attacked. The rangers explained that these animals are used to the cars coming now and they don't actually attack anyone as far as I'm aware. So I think it's okay. But I was still so terrified of being this close to such a magnificent beast who could literally tear us apart at any moment. The next animal on the big five that we ticked off were the rhinos. We learned so much on the game drives and they told us about how they had to cut off their horns to protect them due to poaching. We learned so much about what the poachers used the horns for. We learned so much history about the game reserve and cases that they'd had in the past. We found the whole game drive so interesting. Our rangers were so knowledgeable and the way they told us the information was just so amazing and interesting. Halfway through the game drive, we got to have a stop and have a drink and a bit of a snack, and it was a nice little photo opportunity as well. I'm merging both game drives here, so I can't even remember now which one was which, but at some point we also got to see the African elephants. African elephants are really different to Asian elephants. African elephants are a lot bigger and a lot stronger, and we got to learn so much about the differences and a lot about these different animals. If you're a photographer or you're not and you're like me and you just love taking photos, it is such an amazing opportunity to take pictures of these magnificent animals that you don't get to see every day. It was such a surreal moment for me and I loved every minute. Here's me having a selfie with a lovely little elephant. Another fun part about this game reserve was that you get to have lovely peacocks turn up at any time, and it was so amazing to watch them just spread the feathers for us. It was so fantastic. We loved every minute of our stay at Aquila Game Reserve. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it really helpful if you're planning a trip to this game reserve or if you just enjoy watching this kind of video. Thanks for your time and I'll see you in the next video.